Yo, yo, my sovereigns, what up? This is Boba Fett, uncensored on the internet, with episode 127 of Splinterlands 101. Joining us once again, Matt Clark, finest gentleman who ever lived.
Howdy, howdy.
Howdy, howdy. And joining us for our guest this evening, your second appearance on the show, I believe, Mick, the leader of Guild. And you've expanded a little bit into the blockchain. You're also, I know that you're doing TerraCore because you got me into TerraCore, and a couple of other things. We might be able to bring those up. But for those who don't know who you are, Mick, and where you've come from, give maybe a little recap on how you found your way onto the Hive blockchain, how you found your way onto Splinterlands.
Hello, everyone. So it's been a while since I joined Splinterlands. I joined 6 years ago when it started, I guess. A friend directed it to me, and he was the same friend that directed me to what was then Steam blockchain, before Hive existed, of course, because we forked away from Steam. From there, I got told by my friend, hey, check out this new thing called crypto. Have you heard of Bitcoin? Because that was the coin that everyone was talking about at the time.
Yeah.
I said, no, I hadn't. And that was my first introduction into crypto. He then proceeded to tell me about Steam, which I got onto that because he told me it was great. And he said, oh, you're posting content over on Facebook. Why don't you do it on Steam? So I did that and started doing just with written content, and then I got into videos later, and even did photos for a little bit. I can't remember the site. There was a app you could put on your phone, and you could actually upload the photos from your phone. It was really good. I think we have like to now on Hive. Don't know if you've heard of that one, but a friend of mine works on that. He's one of the devs, and it's a photo app that you can put on your phone. They're looking to, it's a website you can put on your phone. They're developing a mobile app. I don't know if they've actually launched it yet, but if they haven't launched it, they should be launching it soon. So then you'll be able to take photo and post it straight to Hive blockchain. Adds a little bit of written content for context, and stuff like that. Back to me getting on the blockchain. I joined Steam, did written content for mostly gaming, I think it was back then. Got into Splinterlands when it started. As you guys would know, it was only cards that you could buy, and you couldn't even do anything with them originally. And then they built a game around that. Moved on from there. Was playing a game, and a guy invited me to Guild, which then became a Discord, which then became a guild over on Splinterlands. And I even now have a guild over on Golem Overlord, with the same name, Earn. So it's come quite a way.
I haven't actually gotten into the Golem Overlord. I use Splex on my rental account for renting out my cards. But I really, other than seeing the name occasionally in posts or references, what is it? Another like a card trading game?
It's very similar to TerraCore, but I felt like TerraCore fell a little bit behind in development. I know the guy got married, which, I mean, life things happen. It's hard when you're an indie dev because you stop doing development and then the whole game stops, obviously. And then I found Golem Overlord later, and I don't know, they've got a guild system, so then I started doing that, and then now I'm trying to get members. I think we're up to 7 members now. I can have a maximum of 12 because you actually have to pay to create new slots for membership. So I've spent some of the money that I've made from the game back into the game to expand the guild. And that's where I'm at the moment, just reinvesting the money that I'm making on the in-game currency to expand the guild out. And that way we can move on from there and enjoy the game together instead of me just going on each day and clicking.
So Overlord is like, the original, there was the drug wars, and that just sort of died when they moved their in-game currency from Steam to something else that began with F, and then everyone just lost interest. All of the flow, because their coin wasn't doing much.
No, there was don't remember if you remember D Live. It broke away from Hive blockchain and upset a lot of Hive users. But it's actually survived, and I think it's still going to this day. But it's got its own blockchain now, I believe, or at least is running on another one, not Hive. And then the same thing happened with Mafia Wars.
Drug Lords?
Drug Lords. I'm confusing my games here. Mafia Wars was on Facebook, of course. They chose to go away from the blockchain thinking, the community would like it, but unfortunately all their community was on Hive, and they were like, that's not what we want, and they didn't follow. It's like the game went downhill massively.
But it's the same like with the Golem Overlord. It's the same sort of thing, like you're building resources and improving, like click and collect. It works the same way.
It's idle game, so you just wait. You do have attacks like you did in Drug Wars. You can select which one you attack on, like TerraCore. I'm pretty sure you do the same as me. You have like a button where you can just attack, 3, 8, whatever you've gotten up to. So say you've got 8 attacks available, you just click the button, it attacks 8 people. In Golem Overlord, you don't have that option. You actually have to go through and select, and it's actually more beneficial because some players only have, a little bit of in-game currency in their stash, and others have 10 times that amount. So obviously it's beneficial for you to then seek those ones out because you're going to get more reward if you have a successful attack. But primarily the game is an idle game where you're just slowly accumulating the in-game currency into your stash. You then claim the stash because the stash people can raid your stash. Once you claim that in-game currency in your stash, it goes then into your wallet, which of course people can't touch. So,
Right, and back to the Splinterlands. So you would have still a decent collection of the alpha and beta editions?
I still have most of my alpha cards, and beta cards I have plenty because that was my main deck that I focused on. Even before they released, what did they do? They did something, but I think it was around the time they went to Untamed. They had beta and alpha were pretty much the same. And so I converted some of my alpha cards to beta cards because at that time there was no real difference anyway. And then I can't remember, something changed and I was like, damn, why didn't I leave my cards as alpha cards? Because I think they were worth more or something. But I think it was worth more to use your alpha. Yeah, sorry.
I remember you got more BCX when you converted an alpha to a beta. It was like wasn't I think it was double, but it was like there were fewer needed to combine to get to the next level. So it's like if you've converted alpha to beta, it was, and this is so many years ago. There's not many people around who remember all this, but you'd convert X BCX of an alpha card, and you'd get a whole lot more BCX of the same card in beta. So I think guys that were like level 7 and wanted to get the rare up to level 8 would just go, I'll just convert from alpha to beta. Burning was a big one too when DEC first came out. A lot of people are like, you get heaps of extra for alpha. I'll just burn all these alpha cards, and a lot of them, but we make our choices, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I
We
remember
make those choices.
when that conversion process came out, I remember asking people, is it worth doing? And it was like 50-50. Some people say, no, don't convert your A's to B's. So I'm saying, yeah, do it. And because there was no clear answer, I did the logical course of action, which was do nothing. So I still have my original, but I don't have a huge collection. So, but I've just got a few that I guess now just rent out because they're not high enough to play with. So yeah,
And
just rent them out.
even the tournaments, if you've only got a basic set of alpha, you can't actually join in the alpha tournaments. Because I've got a basic set, and whilst I have one of almost every card of the alpha, that's not enough for me to qualify to play in an alpha tournament.
Yeah. Well, if you got one of almost every card, you're way better than I am with my alpha collection.
Yeah.
You got any flesh golems in the A collection there?
I think I've got one. Yeah. Most of the alpha cards I just have one copy of, because I think I bought the ones that I didn't have. I just went and bought one of those because I didn't buy a lot of alphas. It was mainly the beta edition that I really started getting into Splinterlands and doing a lot more. So my core deck is really beta, and then I've picked up other stuff along the way, obviously.
Is your core deck still beta, or did you jump into any of the later editions heavily?
I've got a lot more Chaos Legion cards now, just because it's so cheap to get into Chaos Legion, and I've started leveling those up. Plus, you can use those still in Modern, so it makes sense to level them up a bit. I am starting to look at the new Rebellion ones, though. Just this morning on my live stream, I bought one of each of the summoners just so that, at least I've got those. And I worked it out that if you buy at the current market price one of each of the summoners, it costs you the same as it does to cost buy one crate or one pack. If you buy with DEC and a voucher, of course. Yeah. Whereas I just spent the DEC, so I've spent just under 4K DEC and got one of each of the summoners. So I felt like that was a win because I wasn't going to get 5 summoners from one pack.
4K DEC?
Yeah.
Per summoner or total for all of the summoners?
No, for all summoners.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Because I haven't really gotten into Rebellion.
Yeah. So the price of Rebellion cards I feel is still high, mainly because a lot of people aren't buying them. Like they're not going out buying the packs, opening them en masse, and then, flooding the market. So they've really done well in stopping the market from getting flooded, but still at current level, because you get so many common cards, and you get at least one rare in each pack. The ones that are going to be most expensive, if you're lucky enough to draw one, are going to be like the epics and legendaries or any gold foils, because no one's got those. And the ones that do are trying to keep them, or you might have a few people try to sell them on the market just because they cost so much and they want to make a bit of money back.
All right. Yeah, I've only got the one Rebellion summoner. It's the Life Water one, Prishnash or something. And I got it in a gold foil, but it's only at level 5. So that's on my silver account, Tartaria. That's the only Rebellion card that I have.
Oh, wow.
I didn't go big into Rift Watchers, so I've got some Rift Watchers. I mean, there's cards like, for example, we're always talking on the show about Corsair Bosun. I love that card. It's a card that has Reflection Shield and Reach is such a good combination, but it's still only at level 3. It's because it's still Rift Watcher cards are still relatively expensive, and my main focus at the moment has just been to maxing out my entire Chaos Legion core deck, and I think by the time I do that, Chaos Legion's probably going to be in Wild rather than
Yeah.
modded. But actually, on that, what's your take on the whole new changes to Wild? I mean, are you ready to play in Modern? Do you have the cards for Modern, or you think that you'll be paying for the season pass and continuing to play Wild?
So I haven't been all over like the town halls and that. I did this morning read the last town hall just to get an overview of what's up to date information. But I didn't see anything about what you're talking about with the season pass. So I'm assuming that must be getting talked about in the Discord or elsewhere, or maybe it was mentioned on there and they just forgot to add it into the town hall notes. But I guess I'd be willing to pay for a season pass. I mean, at the end of the day, like Splinterlands still is a game. They're running a business. They got to make money somehow. So if we pay for that subscription, at least they're getting money to keep running the game. Because at the moment, I think I read in the last town hall notes that they even said in there that they were looking at the DAO to at some point probably help them out with funds. Like that's not really a great spot to be in. So adding a subscription to Wild, I think, is a great idea for them. And if people are willing to pay it, then it can help them stay afloat and continue to grow, because they're not going to grow if they've got no money coming in, are they?
Yeah. There is an official announcement in the Splinterlands Discord. I'll just bring that up. This is on the season pass. So basically $2. And you can pay for it with vouchers, with Deck B, or credits. So if you want to keep playing in Wild, it's going to cost you $2 a season to do that.
Nice. I think that'll combat bots a lot more than anything else they've done, to be honest.
Yeah, that's the main goal of it. But anything like that, when there's a cost involved, you're going to have to weigh up the potential rewards. And if it's costing you $2 a season to play, and you're only making $1 a season, that straight away there's a dilemma. Like you're now paying $1 a season to play. Not that $1 a season is a huge amount of money, but to get that dollar currency, you've got to put some fiat into something, convert it into something else, convert it, and then use it. And how often you're going to do that? Every month. And then as minimum, so I guess you just put in like $20 worth of fiat, get Deck or something, and then just each month just chip away at that $2 or $2 a season. Well,
I think the idea though, Bob, is that newcomers for whom that would be quite problematic should be in Modern and not getting charged that. So when it is time to move to Wild, you presumably have a few cards that are now grandfathered into Wild. They're only available there, and you've got enough either size of scope of your account or rentals, bringing in a bit of DEC or enough SPS that you can convert it to DEC. You know what I mean? Like it's like that season pass is almost like a year or two into playing. That's when you start volunteering to pay that to move into Wild. That's the way I see it anyway.
Yeah. And you're going to be staying in Wild, Matt?
Yeah.
Yeah. You had a brief... Sorry, Mick, go ahead.
No, you're right. Is that why they've started putting you automatically onto the Modern page? I've noticed, especially in the last week since I started doing my tournaments, that as soon as I log in, even though I was playing in Wild, it'll automatically load up the Modern screen. And if I want to play in Wild, I got to switch over.
Has that been multiple times? A few people said that happened, and it happened to me as well, but it was just the once. So I figured it was maybe a software update or something had bumped us all back to Modern. But if it's happening over and over again, then maybe that's just something we'll have to get used to. And they really want to push. It makes sense, right? Like the idea is you get a card, you fall in love, and then 2 years down the track, or maybe only just over 1 year, depending on when you arrived relative to the edition, You've got your card you love playing, it's great, and then, oh, hang on, it can't play in Modern anymore. After that happens with a few cards, it's like, I just want to go play with my cards that I love. Yeah, okay, I'll do this and move into Wild. So I really feel like Modern is like almost like an apprenticeship before you move into Wild. That seems to be the aim, which I like. Right, I think it's a good direction for the game to be taking.
Do you have the cards to play successfully in Modern?
Me? No,
Yeah.
I've got Chaos Legion, but I don't have really much in the way of Rebellion and Rift Watchers. So those higher mana matches when they do come up. But also, like, I got slaughtered in Bronze in Modern because there's guys there that have a deck that's only worth $100, but they know how to play those cards at Bronze. And so back when this is back when you were limited, when your cards were limited, I just got absolutely hammered because I couldn't fight my way out of Bronze. Because my cards were all playing at Bronze level. So I could possibly go back in there now, but I don't know. There's just too many gaps in my lineup. I'd basically just be playing Chaos Legion because I've been my focus, because I have so much empty land, is I've got to sort of think of the game as a landholder. And so when there's 45-cent Chaos Legion packs, why would I go and buy a Rebellion pack for $4 or $5 when I can buy 10 Chaos Legion packs with double the PP and park all those cards on land down the track? So it's kind of, my land is kind of costing me flexibility and gameplay viability, but that's okay because I'm here for the longer term.
Mm-hmm. So you've got a maxed Chaos Legion deck?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, be close.
All the summoners?
I think there's still a few that are like a little bit off. I was just holding off and using potions to open packs as I won them, but now you don't really win potions at random. You're going to basically buy something that might get you potions, or buy the potions outright in the store with Glint and DEC. So I guess it's something I could maybe just go through and open up a heap more, open up the rest of my Chaos Legion packs. It's not like I want to sell them, right? Open them up, get the cards, get the potions. I don't know. It's hard because the cheaper those packs are and the cheaper the cards are, the less you kind of want to necessarily commit potions to opening those CL packs. Because now it's like, well, I could just go and buy the gold foil cards because they're so cheap. So yeah, I don't know. It's I almost think like I should sit down and crunch some numbers on expected value and the like to try and work out which way to go.
While the packs are so cheap, I mean, you can always just stack them. You don't have to open them. And who knows what's going to happen down the track. Maybe we'll start getting potions in chests again, or there'll be another option with potions or something.
Yeah, that's true. And so I can just really just look at the gaps in my lineup and just buy the individual cards that I need to max out all. And then I've got my CL deck there. And then as I want to expand into land, then I can take the duplicates and the like and start parking them onto my plots.
Yeah.
Do you guys like the flexibility that we get with the Glint store? Because I feel like we have a lot of options now. Like you can focus on, for example, I've focused on getting rare cards. So I bought the rare chest, and I wanted to max out my summoners, which that's what I've been focusing on because I feel like I already have like a heap of the base cards, but not necessarily the summoners to use those cards. So
yeah,
to me,
I think it's
focusing
like
on
it's the
them
game. Yeah, it's the game now, right? So instead of you play the game, which is battling, and then you just get whatever rewards fall out of the sky. Now, part of the game is choosing how you spend your glint. So they've literally expanded the game to be a bigger game now because there's more input from the player. So I love it. I think it's great, and I like the way they've been reiterating it and revisiting it and building on, what's working, what's not working. They've been pretty quick and agile to change that around when they've decided to take it in a different direction. So I really like it, and I'm interested to see what else will go in there, whether we can do some skins at some point or other things to spend that glint on. So big fan.
Yeah, and they'll have new summoners, new decks soon for the soul. So the soulbound ones, I think they said this summer. So I'm assuming they're talking American time, so that would be in the next few months, I would assume.
But again, that's gamifying, right? So now you're spending your glint preferentially on those gaps that you have in your soulbound lineup, so you don't have to buy them, however that looks when it comes out, as opposed to maybe buying a heap of merits and trying to push up those gladiators, because there's no FOMO now for gladiators, because there's no announcement that we're getting a new range of gladiators and you've got to max these guys out. So again, it's about keeping your ear to the ground and having informed decisions about how you play the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in a bit of a dilemma at the moment. I've been focusing with my glint on the ultimate chests, just try and spread the love type thing and get something decent, with the percentage option of getting something very decent. But with and then because it's the most expensive, I spend as much as I can or as much as I've got on that. Then my next go-to is the legendary cards, because legendary is the greatest shortfall. But I have maxed all of the commons, but when it comes to the rare, so I've got 1, 2, so there's only 2 cards, Pirewatch Devil and Madcap Magus. There's only 2 cards that I need to max in rare, but if I'm buying the rare chests, what are my chances that I'm going to get those 2 cards? And I can't buy them, so it's a bit of a dilemma for me. But I'm thinking this season, because so far, we've only got 13 hours to go, and I've got, even though the change came in late, the change was so significant that I've only got half the amount of glint for this season than I had last season. So I'm thinking, okay, well, maybe this is the season to do it. Rather than buying ultimate chests and legendary chests, let's just jump all in and go on the rares to try and get those 2 cards. I mean, it's like with 2 of them, 1 in 8 chance, I guess, of getting one of them. And then if I do max one, then it's going to be 1 in 16 chance to max the other one. But like Madcap, I still need 25 BCX. And Pirewatch, 15, well, it's just under 15 BCX. So I'm thinking maybe that's the way to go. Just as many rare chests as I can get, because I still haven't burnt any of my soulbounds. And I know some people are saying like they're burning all of the spares to get more glint, to hopefully get more of what you actually need to maximize that deck. So that's always going to be an option, even though at the moment I haven't done it and I don't feel the need. But when this season ends, the glint actually, what am I up to?
Have they announced how it will work when they do change to the new soulbound deck? Will the previous one, like the current one, become unsoulbound?
No,
That's the
I haven't heard anything.
That's the general feel. They haven't clarified how that's going to look in practice, but that's the idea, is that they'll be sellable, tradable after probably embedding some amount of DUC into each card, and then they'll be unlocked to trade. I'm not sure about whether they'll be unlocked to go on land or whether that's going to be an option. Whether there's 2 separate unlocks. So the nuts and bolts hasn't been announced, but the general direction is that. So if there's gaps in your lineup, just maybe save your pennies, and so you'll be in a position to buy what you need, like pretty much an entire IZR in my case. So we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, and at the moment, like I don't have the bank to drop in to be buying, so, and I'm guessing if I go back to say Madcap, I need 25 BCX of it. Wherever it's going to cost me to buy those once they start going on the market, will I also have to unsoulbound the ones that I've got to add the ones that I've bought to it? So that's another uncertainty issue there as well. So not wanting to drop bank, not being able to afford to drop bank at the moment. My really only option at the moment is the Glint store. And as you see, we've got 13 hours to go for the end of season, and so far I've got 119 plus the 60 from playing, so 180. Whereas last season I ended up with 340. So there's already a substantial difference with the doubling of the SPS staking requirements. So that's not going to get me a lot of ultimate chests and legendary chests. So yeah, I'm thinking just biting the bullet and just jumping all in on the rare. At least then that's something else I can cross off. So then I've got all the commons, I've got all the rares, and then start focusing on the epics and working my way up. Whereas in the past, with 300k to spend, sure, why not get ultimate chests? Why not get the legendary packs? But yeah, now with earning half the amount, I'm thinking, okay, I need to change my strategy and let's start working my way up. Commons done, rares next. But just only needing 2 cards. Now, I can see the possibility of going with the rare, spending all my Glint on rares and getting everything except those 2 cards. Life works like that sometimes.
The risk we take.
Yeah, well, look, even after the deck staking requirement is taken into account, it might still be worth selling those excess rares when that becomes an option, right? So there'll be a big markup presumably on those cards in order to justify people selling them. So it could well be worth hanging on to the duplicates that you get by just focusing on rare chests, rare draws, just so you can do that or have the flexibility and option to do that when you when we get there.
Yeah. I mean, some like, for example, Ravenwood Warden, I've got it maxed in gold foil. So I've got a maxed common and all of these, thinking, actually, is there a way to find out? Will it tell me? Convert to Glint. Okay, so there's 20k Glint. That's not a real lot considering I'm burning a maxed and a level 6. Yeah, I don't know. I can't see myself doing that. Whereas on the other hand, 60k for a maxed gold foil, that's triple the amount of money. But I would never do that. Like, having a maxed gold foil, if I was going to burn something, I would be burning the regulars. But there's just looking at, like, even here, so I've got that maxed and there's 30 plus BCX left over. There's a lot of Glint here that I could do that, but I just can't bring myself to do it. They got that FOMO of down the track. It could be valuable, Like right earlier, Matt, you said those people that burnt the alpha cards. Am I going to be regretting that later on too?
Yeah, you got to take some sort of risk. You got to decide, is that what I want to do, or do I want to do something else? And at the end of the day, you just got to live with whether it's a good decision or a bad decision.
Yeah, all part of the gameplay.
Alrighty, so we just had the break. If you're wondering what's going on, I use the free version of Zoom, so we get cut off at 40 minutes. Gio's joined us for the second half of the show, and we're going to spend some Glint. We were just talking, like before when I was talking about the rares, because the batch numbers reset each season. I've got enough Glints at the moment to open 96 because I only opened 4 last season, beginning of last season. So I'm going to spend all I can to max out the batch 1. So that's going to reset tomorrow to go, and hopefully I might get those 2 rares that I need, which is the Madcap and the Feroxian. Yeah, but Gio, you've just joined us. Anything to contribute, to share? Anything happening? You're muted.
have they just redesigned tribal decks? That's
Oh, I haven't been to Tribal X for a while. I've got nothing to
yeah.
spend, so I haven't been there.
Yeah, no, it looks different. Looks like they've done yeah. Anything new? No, no, not much. I'm just waiting for the chest rewards or the to reset for next season, and I want to try and get more legendaries. That's what I want. That's what I'm trying to work on now. I got everything maxed out for the soulbound set, other than the legendaries. How about
Right.
yourselves?
Yeah, I just jumped over to Tribal X to have a look. They have definitely made some changes. Yeah. And I couldn't help but notice right at the top of the page there, BXT. Like, wow, that has gone up. I'm wishing I'd bought a little bit more. BXT is
I don't.
the
Yeah.
B swap token, and by staking BXT, you get like daily rewards in Hive paid directly to your Hive wallet from profit share when people are using the convert and the swap feature in BSwap from Hive to Hive, Swap Hive. But
Hmm.
yeah, looking a little more flashier for sure.
Yeah, that's pretty. Tribal Decks is even the font in the top left corner, the actual name of Tribal Decks. That looks really nice.
Yeah. Does anyone use BSwap?
I do sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
There
find
was
it's good to use.
yeah, there was a while with the convert feature because like it's a swap pool. So they were, I'm guessing they must have been a little bit low on Hive because a couple of times like converting, like I couldn't get the full amount that I wanted to do. But when you were going the other way, like when I'm sending Hive to Swap Hive, so I'm spending my Hive to get Swap Hive, I was actually ending up with more Swap Hive than the Hive. So if, for example, if I was sending 100 Hive for Swap Hive, I was actually getting 101 Swap Hive. Whereas normally you're going to get less because of the fees when you're using other methods. But that they must have balanced out the pool at this point. That's not happening anymore. But yeah, it's very quick, very friendly way to do swapping and so forth. If you haven't tried that, do so. And yeah, the BXT, or I've forgotten what it was already. BXT, yep. Eco Instant got me onto that when I was staying at his place in Colombia. And yeah, you just by having X amount staked, you get daily rewards paid out to you in Hive, straight to your Hive wallet. So that's handy as well.
It's
Nice.
neat what people build on top of, these chains and whatever else, right?
Absolutely.
It's cool.
We forget about all the games too. Like there's D City, there's Holozing is coming along, and that's aside from like even Aggie's projects with the moon carts and GLX Soccer. There's so many. Rising Star has copped a bit of media recently. There's just so many little projects out there, and just guys passionate about it. They got a built-in community of people with already have a username and password, like a login. They're already here. If you build a game on Hive, you've already got 100,000 potential players who are already signed up for it, which is just incredible, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I've just broken the 300 ranking on D City. Right, I'm at like 289 now. It was hard to break the 300, but yeah. So my D City is growing gradually. Once again, Eco got me onto that. But yeah, shall we open some rares, see if I can get some of those 2 cards that I need?
Yeah,
Sure.
All right.
let's go. Let's do it.
So just so you can all send the mojo vibes in the right direction, what I'm looking for here is I need Madcaps in the earth and I need the Phyroxian hero in the fire. So here we go, 96 chests.
My mother-in-law visited yesterday, so hopefully there's still some Madcap energy here in the room with us now.
All right. And how many we got? Oh, yes, quite a few there. Let's reveal all.
Yes.
There's Madcap.
Yeah.
2 Madcaps.
Yeah.
4, 5, 6. Okay. Another one. Okay, I don't think it must have been Pirewatch Devil because there wasn't a single Feroxian hero in that.
Oh yeah, the one you want, you won't get. Yeah.
Wow, even
Oh.
a minimum resolution, I'm going to have to take 2 screenshots here so I can check that later on. Let's quickly do that.
Sorry, Bob, that's my fault. I put too much Madcap energy into it, and we just
Well,
got
I need them. I need them.
Yeah.
Did you get enough? That's the question.
Oh, I definitely didn't get enough. I need like, I think it's 15 BCX. Actually, who knows? Maybe.
I think you got about 7, didn't you? So that's like half.
Well, I had to do 3 screenshots to get all of those in.
Nice.
All right, let's have a look. Okay, no. Not even close. Not even close.
5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 12.
So 20,
So
18.
28.
I still
Oh,
need
18,
18.
18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And
Oh, that's a little bit. Especially when you
Firewatch.
Still, it's a lot closer. You're a lot closer than you were.
Exactly.
Yeah. So maybe another
Uh,
two more of the batches, like maybe if you run it twice more, you might get it. I'm thinking. And Pi Watch is max now, right?
I don't know. There was too many ones. Yes. Just.
Perfect.
Perfect. Yes. All right. So now all I need is a Madcap. So in actual fact, Matt, there wasn't enough Madcap energy in the house. All right.
Looks
So
like Pi
yeah,
Watch stole it.
all I need in the rares
Yeah.
now is just Madcap.
Nice.
Yeah.
Last one.
So
Let's go.
that was worth it in my opinion. Yeah, got one of them maxed. So only 1 rare card left to max out.
You'll
And
get there.
Matt, you said you got some epics to do?
Yeah, I put the link in Discord chat.
You know, you can actually
yes.
share screen now.
Ah, yes, that's a good point.
Yeah.
I think I've already closed down the
What do you
window.
mean? Has Matt upgraded? What's going on here?
I'm on my actual laptop.
Yeah. He's figured it
Wow.
out. He can now actually use
Headphones
our
and
Zoom
everything.
links. Yeah.
What? Okay.
It's only taken 125 episodes, but he's worked it out.
Better late than never. Never, I say. That's insane.
Do you know how to share screen, Matt? Do we need to sort of
I haven't even started looking in that direction. So if you could pull it up, that'd be good. Yeah, there's still some.
All right, so let me
Yeah.
open that link. Where did you share it?
In our Discord.
Discord.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I was looking down at the bottom. This wasn't here 5 minutes ago. The frays have just opened for the next brawl. If everyone wants to jump in and grab their fray.
Nice.
It's literally sometime in the last 5 minutes that's happened.
How are you guys finding the brawls? You winning a lot, or?
I'm struggling. I'm sure you know that because Gio and I are both in your guild, Mick.
I did actually pretty okay. And mind you, Mick, right now I'm using mostly soulbounds. Yeah? Because I
Nice,
don't know
yeah.
if you know I sold out of the alts, but I'm still accumulating some wins there. Like it's crazy. Like these soulbounds, man, like they're on another level. Like they produce results at times. Like you saw, like I'm pretty even. Like I think Geotrix got like 4 wins, 5 losses, right?
Yep.
And it's insane. It's crazy.
Some of the cards are really good with the soulbound because of the bloodlust. Bloodlust. If you can get them to fire off, and they start getting that extra speed and extra attack, all of a sudden they just become unstoppable, and
Yeah.
you can get some really good wins.
And why I'm thinking I win as well is because I have less choices.
Yep.
Sometimes having less is better.
Less is best.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, everyone's like Matt. It's like, whoa, what do I do? I know he has his trusty old, strat plays, but outside of that, sometimes he's like, what am I looking at? I'm overwhelmed.
I'm playing with a reasonably decent deck, but I just don't have skills. that's I can't blame it on the card. I can't blame it on anything else. My win-loss ratio is purely at the skill level, and I've got a lot of most of my Rift Watcher cards are on my silver account because they're not high enough to move to my gold account. So I've got no excuses other than lack of skill. All right,
I
Matt,
do find if I go on a losing streak, I look at what the other people are fighting against me with, because sometimes new cards get added and what have you. The meta changes a bit, so then I just start focusing on, okay, why do I keep losing? What are the other teams playing? And if I find they're playing like the same cards over and over again, you either look to play those cards or play something that's going to combat it, and that usually gets me out of the losing streak.
Yeah. Now, I do watch all of the brawls. So, because I do, I genuinely want to get better. So I do watch all of the brawls, win or lose.
That's interesting. See, I only watch the ones I win. Like a
Okay.
true.
Well, but the ones that you're losing are the ones, like if you're going to watch one or the other, it's the ones that you want to see who beat you. How
Yeah, but I
did
want
they
the one
beat
that
you?
makes me feel better, man. Like, what am I here for, dude? Like,
You're there for the dopamine.
yeah, that's all I care about.
All right. So, Matt, what are we looking for here? Do you know?
Yeah, I'm trying to get Evelyn, mostly because I have a daughter, Evelyn, that's pretty enthused when I get those. Clockwork Aid is another one I'm interested in. I've just noticed so many equalizer matches, and he's really good in those. So yeah, Evelyn and Clockwork Aid, I think, and Noah the Just too. When you're talking, Mick, about the watching what other people. I noticed the other day 3 times in a row I got beaten by teams with Noah the Just up front because he's just so hard to hit.
Yeah.
He's almost like the new Elmo Cambio. So I'd say Noah, Evelyn, and Clockwork Aid, but all of the epics I need, so it's a bit of a no-brainer. I'll be happy regardless.
All right, and 13, lucky 13.
Rock on.
Call out a number.
Call out a number.
Between 1 and 13.
10.
Someone give me a number.
7.
3.
Both odd.
Yeah.
All right. Matt, got a number?
Yeah, you got a number, Matt?
13.
Nice.
There you go. Lucky 13.
Say 8 next.
Gold's really, I think,
Evelyn,
what I'm
yeah.
what
All
I'm
right.
looking for too. There's the Evelyn.
4.
All right. How about we just click the rest?
He's good. Stain's really good too.
Oh,
There's the gold.
Gold foil.
Gold Idri. I'll take her for sure. Lots of Will of the Wisp. I've been enjoying that too. With weapons training, these epics are so good, so strong.
Yeah, they're pretty busted, and the bot loves them too.
There's Noah.
Using weapons training with, like, say, Noah, for example, with that 6 speed, really gives him a bit of attack and makes him a little bit OP.
Yeah, Noah with even Cispa is really good.
What does Cispa do? I don't have Cispa.
It just gives it phase. It just
Okay.
gives every card phase. So Noah up front, like, he's with I think he has the backfire or dodge, is it? I don't know. One of the two.
I'm looking forward to like some sort of a magic attack from weapons training or range to just parking him up the back, so those sneaks can just take stabs at him all day and keep missing. That's what I'm excited about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. And what do you have in water that's going to give you more speed?
Well, just yeah.
Other than the obvious, but I mean, like sprint cards or even just slowing down your opposition. Is this the same benefit?
What do they have in speed for Rebellion? Because I always think about speed, and I'm thinking back in beta because I use Ruler of the Seas and I think it's Soul Miner. So I still use those to speed up my cards. What do we have?
Soul Miner, you get blind as well. You get swiftness and blind.
Yep.
He is such a potent combination.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't.
Right.
Oh, Dark Dead Blast, that one. That dark dude. That's a good card
Right.
that I'd get one day. Just, yeah.
Might as well use up the last of my glint. I can get 2 epics because it's going to reset in half a day anyway. So let's do that. Oh, I don't even know. I should have checked first what I need. I think I need pretty much everything. Epics are probably doing worse than my legendaries. There's an Evelyn and a Noah. Well,
No,
can't complain about those. Can't complain about those. But what do I need? Okay, no help there. And no help there. All right, but getting there. Everything's getting closer. I have nothing maxed in Epic. Nothing maxed. Wow.
When do they plan on phasing out this soulbound set? Is it soon? Has there
I
been
don't know if
talks?
they have an actual date as yet. Matt might know. But they did say in the last town hall that it was this summer. So meaning Northern Hemisphere summer, I'm assuming. So
Yeah,
soon
June,
in the next 3 months.
July. Yeah.
Ooh.
So batch 2, batch 1.
I can get 2 major chests.
I think
Are you guys still seeing my screen?
Yeah, we're still seeing.
Okay. Oh, is that new?
You can use potions.
Was that graphics new? That intro there? Okay.
Oh,
another madcap. Nice. Nice. Don't need the swamp spitter though. All right. Well, there's a little bit of excitement. Anything?
With the Splinterlands, where do you guys see the game heading towards? I think as you guys mentioned earlier, with the new payment system to play in Wild, I think that's a great move forward. I think anything that can bring money to the game, so that they can continue development and keep all their devs on board rather than them go backwards and have to relieve staff. I think that's great for the game in general. I know a lot of player base probably don't see it that way, but for a game to continue to move forward, it needs to have an influx of money. So I think it's a great move.
Yeah, and it is going to get rid of those a lot of, what can I take from this game? What can I get out of this game? The
Well,
leeches.
ultimately, you're right.
Yeah.
Those are the ones who are leaving, but also those are the ones directly are affecting the price right now too, right? So
Yeah.
it's like, so you get rid of them, price go down, right? And even people who, it's just how it is. So right now we're finding our bottom. Things are probably going to fall a little bit further or more, who knows? And yeah, and then you start from the bottom with the new changes, because before the changes, when things were the way they were, it rewarded those bot farms. They were making profits and ROI, all of that. And now you're taking it away. Obviously, things go down, right? And now you just got to start up. And people who love that mentality of sustainability, they're the ones who are going to remain. And then you slowly build up with a sustainable mindset instead of the ones who were here to just solely extract.
Yeah.
But yes, there's going to be pain. Pain will be felt.
Assets are going from the paper hands to the diamond hands, right? And when things turn around, then people will look at the diamond hands and say, "Oh, you got so low. How did you get lucky? You were just lucky." It does get tiresome after a while.
Yeah.
So no, Mick, good question. I've put in not a proposal, but a pre-proposal discussion I've been having in the People's Guild on the back of a chat that we had in the podcast yesterday, Bob and I, and just regarding I guess a brief summary. The idea is you finish the tutorial and then there's a pop-up, a character select screen, I guess, where you can choose, do I want to be a trader or a speculator or a gamer? And a trader has 28-day SPS staked. A speculator has 28-week SPS staking period, and a gamer has a 28-month staking period. And a gamer gets obviously far more benefit in exchange for locking that up, whether that's an increase in governance votes, multiplier to governance votes, multiplier to Glint rewards, more vouchers. And I'm seeing that as the lesser staking periods getting a haircut on vouchers, because obviously we've got an oversupply of vouchers. So maintaining the current emission rate, you'd need to lock in SPS for 28 months in order to get the current, and everything else would get a haircut on that. And so just trying to, and the other part of that was, as Kyoki's pointed out, SPS delegation then gets really curly, because mismatch between the level of the account delegating and the account renting. And so at the moment, I'm thinking only gamer accounts can delegate SPS through the marketplace. So that's something that we're having a discussion with in the People's Guild at the moment. We've had some people weigh in. I believe we got Bronze Dragon's going to post a video with his thoughts on it soon. So there's been quite a discussion going on there at the moment. But I'm very interested to hear anybody else's thoughts. Here, there, anywhere. It seems like it might be something that I'll put together a proposal for. But obviously, nobody likes to put up a proposal and see it shot down. So I'd really like to get that feedback and clarify the where everybody stands before I move ahead. So yeah, that's what's, I guess, it's been common. What do you call it? Marinating for a while, and I just kind of mentioned it, and B Jangles has sort of got enthused and said, "Hey, let's do it. Let's move forward." So he's kind of put a bomb under me, and I'm now saying, "Well, actually, I'm kind of enthused about this." So just early days as yet, but just trying to see where everybody's at and what we think would be most appropriate way to scale and present that.
And on SPS delegations, just another shout out to Trash Panda, who actually upped his delegation to both of my accounts when the new SPS part came in. And he's a huge, he comments regularly on the YouTube version of Splinterlands rather than on Peaked. He's a regular commenter on the YouTube, so he's a YouTube fan. Shout outs to Trash Panda on there. And Gio, I sent you a screenshot of someone commented on you.
Yeah,
YouTube.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. I mean, hey, I'm happy to Fiji wins, man. It's just, I'm gonna say what most people say when they lose. It just wasn't my day, man. It's just like, I that's cool. That's cool, man. Like,
someone
you got
commented
the
on
better of me.
YouTube that they thrashed
Congrats.
Buffet Poussey in the
Congrats,
brawl.
man. I'm really not that great. I come once a week. Oh man, that sounded wrong. To play the game in brawls. I play brawls once a week. I'm a manual bot player, dirty little filthy little bot player who plays manual play once a week. So yeah, I mean, if you're sharpening your skills and homing in, you deserve that win, dude.
On that point too, with the bots, because we talked this before, you shared this with me and I went and had a look at the channel, but you're probably more over it. Sylar has introduced a feature in Xbot that when you get your rewards from some of it can be paid to you in DEC, which might actually cover, like if you've got the balance there, cover your fees, season pass fees for the next season. So that's an interesting feature of that. Do you know more about that than I do, Gio?
No, I don't. He's had that swap feature for a while now. So SPS, you can swap for DEC for a fee on his end. You know what? That dude's just pretty brilliant, isn't he? Like the stuff he just can do and comes up with. You got to give it to him, man. Like, yeah, it's top notch. Yeah. Wait, what else was I gonna say? I forget. I don't remember where I was going with this. I had something else locked and loaded. Oh yeah, Matt. To your future proposal, I love like how you can choose like a class. Like RPGs, you choose, are you a mage? Are you this? But now it's like, are you an investor? Are you a player? And actually gives the company an idea on how many of who we have in this game, right?
That's right. Yeah, and I think too it pushes forward time horizons. So if Yabba's got an idea that he wants to incorporate, but the tokenomics sort of tell him it's going to take 18 months to really bear fruit, right? Well, if he knows that 30% of the SPS is staked for 28 months, well, then he knows that, okay, yeah, I've got that capacity to roll this thing out, and that SPS is still going to be staked. It's not going to, that's something that's not going to be getting dumped. So it's a bit more clarity for the team.
More
but
info.
Yeah, like I say, I think rather than treating it as DeFi and it's just boring, here's a whole lot of numbers. Yeah, are you a trader? Which is totally cool. You're just off sailing the seven seas. You're buying and selling and moving stuff around. Totally cool. Speculator, you're a bit like speculator's a bit like I'm thinking like real estate speculator. You buy a place, you sit on it, you do some renovations, and then 6 to 12 months,
Flip it.
And then there's the gamer, which is like saying, okay, I'm not interested in, I'm not looking to pull out. I'm just here to play this game and get really good at the game, and I want to maximize my Glint rewards, and I want to I want to get I was saying even potentially a discount on the season passes, like a 50% discount for gamers on the season passes in Wild, things like that, where it's like, I just want to be a gamer and get those, and I'm not interested in just being able to leave whenever I want. I'm here as a gamer, not as an investor. So just that whole, and have three things pop up.
I like it, man.
Like, which do you want your account to be?
I like that. That's the part I like.
The Catholic approach. We want to get rid of the Catholics. We don't want people pulling out at the last minute.
But we have the Trinity here. We have the Holy Trinity. It's great.
And especially if you're only coming once a week, like, you don't want to be like pulling out at the last minute. So.
Oh man, okay.
Hey, you guys said it, not me. You guys said it, not me.
I don't know. I'm just the master of unintentional puns, aren't I? Of innuendos.
Well, what do you guys see yourselves as? So for myself, I see myself as a gamer, if you put myself into one of those. And with the price, we all look at what we're doing, right? So I'm a gamer, so I don't really much care about the price. Price go up, price go down. I don't care. I'm here to play the game. To me, the price doesn't matter. It has nothing to do with whether the game's doing well, whether the game's doing bad. It can go up and down all at once. It doesn't affect what I'm doing. I'm just here playing a game, having fun. Whereas if you're an investor, maybe the price to you is like, okay, well, I've invested all this money. I've just seen a big drop in the market. Obviously, that's going to affect them a lot more than a gamer like myself. Where do you guys see yourselves as gamers, investors,
Gamer.
in between?
My main account, I already did this from the start, Matt. I had your proposal from the very get-go. I had the 2 alts which I sold out of, which were investor speculator shit, right? Like that stuff. But I always will have a main, and that is my gaming account. There you go. That's how I view it. I gave myself options.
I would put myself in a 4th category there, Mick, where I'm a
that's cheating.
anarchist zealot.
That's cheating. You can't do that.
He's creating the proposal. He can put as many categories as he likes.
I'm an anarchist lunatic, so I'm bolted on ride or die. I think that this game is a fantastic way for people to free themselves from the state. And I'm here for front row seats for the collapse of the nation state. That's why I'm here. So I play the game and enjoy the game. I love the community, but I love the broader community. And if this is one of the things that frees us, and I get to be a part of that, that to me seems like such a beautiful, noble thing. So I'm a gamer second, I'm an investor second, I'm a human being who wants my grandchildren to be free of the concept of the nation state. That's why I'm here. So that informs everything that I do, but it's also why I'm not worried about losing money and the prices went down. And yeah, like you say, I don't care. I'm here to see this infrastructure be built so that people all around the world can game, move into HBD, transact without oversight, decentralization, all of that stuff. So I'm here as a crypto anarchist who happens to play a game.
Yeah, actually, on the HBD, I've been back in touch again with Starkers, and yeah, we're putting together something for me to do here in Guadalajara to get some local businesses onto the HBD bandwagon. So that's I'll probably make a video related to that a little bit further down the track as that comes into fruition. And we were talking too in a previous episode, price of SPS, which is now 0.85. And Gio is asking, like, when are the whales going to jump in? Like, when are they going to jump in and start buying?
I say that sarcastically.
Yeah,
because the whales have enough SPS not to really jump in at all.
The thing is, though, that in this
Crypto Eater
ecosystem,
Crypto Eater has. He actually did. He was, he is one of the largest holders now of SPS.
Yeah.
Like he bought
just bought another million SPS.
Yeah.
But
so I say that jokingly. Yeah, I don't stand behind that. I'm like it's just like throwing something out there, right?
But the people in this ecosystem, the people who can most afford to buy SPS, have got the most SPS. So they don't really need to be buying more. So I'm looking at like Bitcoin holders. That's where the money's going to come from. The Bitcoin holders right now, no one is going to sell their Bitcoin until it's at least 150. So, speculation, 150, 200, 250, and it'll be stages between one. So no one is going to sell 0.00001 of a Bitcoin under $150,000. Once that happens, they will start selling Bitcoin, buying alts, and then that's when our tide will rise. Mm-hmm. So, we're all like every other alt or something out there. We're holding on to the cat on the tree, except that we're holding on to the Bitcoin. We're hanging off that Bitcoin, waiting for that moment. And on that note, we are out of time. Mick, thanks for coming on the show once again. Thank you for watching the show, and we will see you next week on 128 with possibly, Matt, our first exit interview, possibly. as a guest?
Yes. Yep.
Mhm.
Trying to line somebody up who's left. So that's something we're looking at. So
Yeah. And if you're asking, whatever happened to this person? What happened to them? Especially, if they were famous on Splinterlands TV, not dropping any names, where did they go? Come join us next week. Find out. I'm Boba Fett. Peace out.